second, then he's back to it. I get it's because we're trying to monitor it too.
Right.
So it's a weird thing. He
Well,
does.
he could do a window that, no problem.
I know, but he does that to monitor it. And that's fine. That's what I was gonna do. Gonna pull that thing, and hook it up over there, so it'd be on that TV.
Because out of these
I got
50,
I got a new TV. Anybody want one of these? What's that on Conrad? But I got another. But I got another. It's a Philips 55-inch bring out because Amy bought me a 65-inch.
yeah, if you want to get rid of that one, sign me up.
I would before my other one, I guess.
A big one. If you were looking to get rid of a big one, sign me up.
Well, that's good. I got this one and another one. That's where I was going to sell the other one for $100. I don't even know if that's worth it. We got it last year at Christmas. It's a 55-inch Philips. It was like $250 or $285 on Black Friday deal. Like Amy got me a 65-inch this year on a doorbuster for $289. It's a 65-inch Philips,
Right.
so it's a good TV. And so I just have the other one in a box.
Was
Yeah.
it Jack Frost?
And
you were
honestly,
talking about?
if we wind up,
That's a great movie, though. What was it Jack Frost? What I was talking about compared to what on one of my movies?
Yeah.
There's two great Jack Frost. One Jack Frost is honorable mention, but the Jack Frost with Michael Keaton is number 4 on my list.
There was a
Which
Jack
great-
Frost
great
that was a
movie.
horror movie.
There is one, yeah.
That was horrible.
Yeah,
It was
stupid.
funny.
It was bad.
It was.
No, that one had what's his name in it? Bill, or goddamn it, the shrunk dude. What's his name? Martin Short in it. Oh yeah, like my number 5 goes Deck the Halls. Nobody's even seen that, but it's got Danny DeVito and Matthew Broderick in it, and Danny DeVito pisses Broderick off the whole show, and it's not a very great movie, but I love this stuff.
well, we are going.
Oh, we're live.
Yeah.
Hey, we're live. Hey,
What's up?
everything else going.
Hello.
Get a little behind the scenes when you come on live on the Twitter cam.
That's right.
Yeah, just trying to get my homework done at the last minute. Again, I thought I was done. I thought I was good, but I was wrong.
Change the rules again.
Silent night, deadly night.
We don't want to give everybody an inside peek to what we're going to be discussing.
What do you mean?
Well, the people that are on.
No, it's okay. The mics aren't on.
No, the mics are on.
No, they're off.
Our head mics.
Cause see the never mind.
What's today?
Yep.
You're not supposed to tell me.
It's also Hanukkah.
And now the Conrad and Jack Show presents Monday Morning Papers. Please buy a paper from me so I can get me something to read. Just a paper boy.
No, they're just put away.
Man, I remember the days when we used to start this show hyped. People in here dancing, things going on. And now we're just sit around
That
sad.
was a long time ago.
It was so long ago. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Monday Morning Papers. I am your host, Casey, co-hosted, as always,
coming. I mean, my two wonderful, beautiful co-hosts, week to week to week to week.
A solid 2 weeks in a row.
We are going on 2 weeks in a row. Skin Man,
Hello.
Andy,
Yes.
what you guys been up to?
I did some light Christmas shopping today,
Okay.
and it went fantastic. There were people that were honking at each other, losing their goddamn minds,
It is that time of
which
year.
is funny.
You been out and done any shopping yet?
Cutting people off for the future celebrations of baby Jesus.
And no, we got all that done a while back.
Hey, fuck you, lady! It's Christmas.
A lot of raging on the highway though.
Oh my
just
God.
driving. Jesus Christ! It's 60. Why
Yeah.
are you doing 50?
Well,
Yeah.
today is December 23rd, 2019, 2 days prior to Christmas. So you either find two people in one of two moods, I come to find. Extremely giddy, happy, just like, like almost sickening happy, and or the opposite side. And I would just assume everybody's trying to quit chewing like myself, and they're on edge and getting ready to kill everybody. No. You get the other people who are tense. They're on edge. You have the stress of the money of Christmas, getting the right stuff, making people happy, being around people that sometimes you don't want to be, or you try to, you really want to be, but being around them is stressful. You're not good enough, or you try to be better, or
Now
whatever.
stack being unemployed on top of that.
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, try being Andy. So anybody out there now going to your Christmas thing, you're not Andy.
If you think it's not easy being cheesy,
Try being Andy.
It's not easy being Andy.
Hey, if you were watching our beautiful faces on Facebook.
I don't know if I'd go.
I was
that
going to
far.
say ugly mugs. I was going to. On Facebook, or you're watching on Twitter, Periscope, YouTube, Twitch, maybe? I don't know. I don't know if we're making it to Twitch these
yeah,
days.
I don't know.
If you're
I
listening,
press all the buttons, and
Oh.
if they go, they go.
I would say if they're listening on Mixler, but I haven't pressed start till just now on Mixler. So now if you're listening on Mixler. Won't start. Trying to start Mixler. This is what happens when I get a full hour to prepare for a show. Nothing goes right. I need less than 3 minutes. I need everybody walking in right before the show, and I need to make everything go. If anybody has, take a second real quick and pop up Facebook on your phone if you can, and just make sure we're getting some volume on there. Well, if you're listening, you're used to what we do here. We discuss the news, kind of. We tell stories, kind of. Since last show, not a lot exciting's happened. I've been kind of under the weather, and a week into quitting chewing. So I'm a joy, just an absolute pleasure to be around today, and, well, in general, but even more so now. I myself haven't done a single bit of Christmas shopping. I have not been anywhere close other than Friday night. I went by, like, in Derby, all of the shopping centers on the way to the high school for a basketball game.
So your holiday shopping is much like getting ready for the show.
Yes.
It literally has to be before you walk in the door
Yes.
to give it to somebody.
Yes. And you see all those, like, I don't know, on Facebook or wherever, there's these things about the mom saying, I'd love to be surprised every time and not knowing what the gifts are, just like my husband, because I'm that way. I mean, I know some of what they're getting, but every time I'm like, oh, cool, you got that. And Amy's like, yeah. But she does all the shopping, so I'm blessed there. What about you? Do you get out and do any shopping, Andy? I mean, I know you can't afford to do any shopping, but in the general sense, not just this year, before
It
this year.
depends. I think, my wife's got a lot of the whole, she does a lot of, well, I mean, not a lot, but she does quite a lot of stuff on Amazon
Uh-huh.
and stuff. So
So
So-
fuck shopping local is that's her.
well, no,
I'm
I
just
mean, but
joking.
it just, I guess, I mean, obviously it's
No,
simpler.
it's easy. It's yeah. It's
and-
more cost effective.
yeah.
Things come right to you. You don't have
Yeah.
to leave with kids, with the
About the
weather.
biggest problem is having the kids go, there's an Amazon,
Uh-huh.
and finding their shit. So
Luckily, my kid,
But-
my boy, that would be the one you would worry about that is oblivious enough. He will walk right by 9. Like, there's a rule: if when you come home, there's packages on the porch, bring them in so they're
Yeah.
not stolen.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, like I'll
He
come
just
home,
walks
there'll be
past them
14
anyway.
boxes on the thing, and I'm like, hey, you literally had to, like one of them I seen was stuck in the door. You didn't notice it? Nope, didn't see a box. And the shoes usually, or the doors usually jammed open with the box one end and then a shoe that he didn't get all the way off or into a spot and the other one on his way in.
So the door's still open.
Oh, yeah,
So.
cats running in and out,
There's
squirrels.
frost running in.
Yes.
But yeah, majority of the time, I'm just as surprised as the kids or
Okay.
what they got.
Do you, I mean, obviously you can't say what you get your wife. Do you get your wife something every year? I mean, do you go?
Yeah, that'd be the one thing I would go get. But because unemployment and everything, we aren't getting each other anything.
Well, each other's love is enough.
Yes.
Some years, especially when you're poor. What about yourself, Skin
A
Man?
little
Do
bit
you
of pause there, Andy. That's what I'm saying.
do you do any shop? I mean, you went out and did some shopping today. You said.
Yeah.
Is this your for the wife shopping? And maybe like I do a guilt thing. I haven't done it this year, but when I go out, if I do go get my wife something because I feel bad because my wife got everything for the kids. It's usually Christmas Eve. It's usually Walgreens or something stupid. And I'll go to the toy aisle and get Isaac 3 things off there, and then Blaze some makeup she would never use or something.
Right.
And then so I can say I got him something, but I haven't done that the last.
She had gotten pajamas,
Okay.
like lounge pants and a pajama shirt, and so I said, well, that could be your Christmas for me, and because she had gotten some other like a Grinch shirt, and then Grinch pajama pants.
Okay.
And she tried them on and they didn't fit right. Like, but they're men's, so if you want them, you normally wouldn't spend $18 on a pair of pajamas for yourself. And I was like, these are fleece lounge pants that they're already here, so these are mine now.
You didn't wear 'em. I'm surprised you didn't wear them tonight.
I thought about it, but
Okay.
I forgot.
Okay.
So there's that.
So what, you went out to get her something today though? Is that how I take it? Or you just went out to just to walk in the random shoppers today? Like I haven't been out in it. I should at least go out and see what it's like.
Well, she needed to go shopping, and I felt kind of bad for her to do all the Christmas shopping
Okay.
by herself. So, I got like 3 items.
Did you guys go to Town East?
No.
You guys didn't go to Hutch Mall?
Well, we
Barrel-
tried to go to Hutch Mall, but they were closed.
Okay.
So we came
All
back.
the people at Hutch Mall were at the Town East shopping.
Yes.
Okay.
No, we went to Target, and people were stabbing each other in the parking lot over parking spaces
Yeah.
because it's Christmas, and that's what baby Jesus is all about. Stabbing
Ah.
each other over parking.
It's I really it's weird because you'll go out, but seriously you'll see people. It was even Quick Trip the other day. I bumped into 2 people, like not people I know, but like got a lady cut me off, like pulling into a gas stall,
Yes.
and like I was waiting for a car to pull out, and went to pull right in, and she came flying in, like flipped me off and honked, and I'm like, Merry Christmas. I backed up and let her have it,
Right.
and then she's screaming at me, and then I pulled over to another stall, and a lady over there is like, that was a nice move of you. She's like, that, and like started talking to me. So I'm like, in one instance, I met both sides of how I say the holidays are, the
Right.
angry person and then the person that I bet this lady said, have a blessed holiday
See,
to me
I would have went
46
with raging
times.
cunt,
No.
but you said angry person.
Yeah.
And that's,
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't go.
And honestly, the other lady that was
Lady, you're as
Yeah,
bad as
no,
he is.
No, the other lady who said, that was very nice
Kind.
of you. I still would have been the asshole. But like, yeah, I figured that raging cunt needs to just
No, and I was
have
the
her own shit.
I guess it's now had it been the other way, had the Jesus lady cut me off first and then had a blessed day, which scares me just as much, and I back out and give her the stall even when she was trying. I'm like, no. And then me and the Rager got beside each other, and we'd have both been like, Jesus Christ, with that lady over there, right? No, not really. No,
Oh, with the nicest.
no, but she was like, that's just unfortunate this time of year for people to be. I'm like, that's how it is. I'm just smile and go on, and hopefully that lady that was having a rough day who flipped me off, who just came pulling into Quick Trip after, I'd been there for however long.
Yeah, hopefully karma visited her
no,
later.
But no, hopefully she had a great day. Hopefully she thought like, God dang it, maybe I was wrong.
Luckily,
Maybe
her gas is on, but the pilot light went out.
See, and everybody says I'm the mean one, and I'm the one. I'm just the mean one to your face. No, I'm just mean to all my friends. So yeah, that's been my experience this time of year. I will go out probably if I get enough time tomorrow. After I get off work, we have a half a day at work, and then we have a little lunch. I'll split from that, and then before I have to be back here, I'll try to sneak somewhere. And the worst day ever to go shopping Christmas Eve and go find something for Amy.
It's you and a whole bunch of other husbands out
I know,
there.
that's what I said. I seen a thing the other day. It's like it was 2 days ago, and it's like only 2 days until the husband or the men are out shopping, and so.
I hate that because, years ago, I used to buy my wife flowers. And she doesn't like receiving flowers because, they look nice for a while, but then they die. So I was standing there with these flowers, and then this angry person.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to
do
take
it.
the high
there
road.
you go.
It's a
It's a Christmas show. Yes. Oh, speaking of real quick, not to cut you off. If you're
Too late.
joining us if you're listening now, here in probably an hour from now, or a little over an hour to 8:30 to 9
Central.
If we go live, which I'm sure we will, the Conrad and Jack Show Christmas special will be tonight. So we're waiting for everybody to get here. We decided we'd do our normal show that everybody's interrupting tonight. So
The
sorry.
Conrad and Jack show has
no,
changed.
to those guys
To
from
those
Wichita.
guys from
I got to get that down. It's written down. I even
Yep,
looked at it
it's right
twice. But if we would, I turned that sign on and it
Well,
screwed me.
that's the problem. We need to put that up there.
And get
and
it
then-
flashing somehow.
Yes.
I should have spelled it out in
Here,
Christmas lights.
what I'll do is I'll
Now leave it on.
I'll turn that off.
Like
He's
how
gonna.
the big sign is just blazing.
he's
and he
tearing-
turns off the small sign.
He's tearing down the set in the background. So those guys from Wichita will be
Yeah,
joining
there we go.
us in the next
There we
hour
go.
or so.
Well, now nobody can see Black
Well,
Jesus.
it's just
no.
it's
It's
a new
Christmas.
but
All right.
that's true. It's a new set. It's a
Black
hard
I'm not
thing.
gonna
Jesus
put
needs
this
to breathe.
We'll hang it before the next show.
Oh no,
Whoa!
So
I didn't say we'd nail it up.
I'm standing there, standing there with all these
Too
flowers.
soon?
And this lady, this angry person
Okay.
behind the counter says, "Oh, you must have done something wrong." And it's like, well, it's actually for a birthday, but
Yeah, I did do something wrong. Decided I'd go to this part. Oh,
I did do something wrong. I got in your line,
yeah.
but it's just the judgmental.
I don't know, but I
And
think.
if it's
But on the other
Christmas
side
Eve-
of it, I think people like us are so, like, I don't want to say us. I'm a very high, as we know, wound up person.
at least you're trying.
Yeah, but then you double that with the holidays and the stress of, I don't.
Yeah.
I like seeing people anymore. For the most part, I don't have a lot of family that I, I anticipate negatively seeing or anything. Everything's pretty melancholy. Now that Amy's family has a little bit of a thing going, there's a little tension because of what happened at Thanksgiving. I think Christmas could be a little more exciting. So I'm actually kind of giddy about
Right.
just how awkward it's going to be. I don't think anything will happen, but I think it'll be just this. The two of the people that got into it, I think, are going to stay like this 20 or 30 feet from each other distance the whole time. And we
So
do a
it's
lot of
gonna-
events that
It's going to
involve.
be awkward from Thanksgiving.
Yes. Oh, it's going to be so awkward. But there's other families. Each one of them has other families involved. So there's going to be.
Side bets.
Yes, it's going to be great.
There's
We're-
going to be an over/under.
I'm going to try to get there. I'll start working people on the side. Like, who do you got? Who you got? Who you got?
Take a pen and paper. You
Do you
can be
think
the
she's
bookie.
gonna? You think she's gonna bring it up? Think she's gonna bring it up? No.
Okay, I'll write you down for.
I guess we should have started. Do you think she's gonna come then? But not. Be there. So
Seriously, we're not doing phrasing anymore.
no, that's where I was trying to skip over that.
I know it's a Christmas show, but
Trying to keep with the tradition. I was gonna do a quick story here about MSN. I skip right over it. I know it's what I do. I'm trying to run a tight ship here. Okay, so when topic gets skewed off in a direction I don't want to go, I just go right back in my direction.
Right. It's like I'm ignoring you.
I would think by now both you and the audience have learned that.
No, but it's really fun to make it awkward.
This is another one of my favorite things. I love doing lists.
Yes.
25 things that you learned in school that are no longer true.
Are we starting with number 25, or have you shaved that down a little bit?
I'll shave it as we go,
Okay.
as I read them all.
Let's start with number 150.
Well, it's only out of 25, so I can't
Well,
do
I
that.
suck at math, so
We'll
there's
sum
that.
a couple of them up. Basically, dinosaurs are not extinct. They're finding that other birds and creatures are direct descendants, so they're saying that they're not,
So
I-
there was a shrink stage.
dinosaurs were not all big lizards. I think we knew that pretty young. We knew there
That's
was feathered.
actually the definition of dinosaur is terrible lizard.
One that I did find interesting, and I knew for a fact already because
Damn lizard birds are taking over.
George Washington didn't have wooden teeth.
No, they were ivory.
I don't know if that's true. I didn't read that part, but I'm going to go with you because you sounded convicted, you sounded convincing when you said it. Convicted in what you said.
Not really convicted, but I was
You were convicted in-
accused,
Well, you've been accused of many things.
but not convicted.
This one I read some books and I don't know if I want to fight this one, but they say women suspected of being witches were not burned at the stake, which I think we've all. I mean, I'm not saying all of them were, but I think some were.
There had to have been a percentage of them that were, because otherwise,
It wouldn't be such a.
yeah,
Or
it
that's-
wouldn't be in there.
Or I guess then maybe they bring that up to scare people.
We could ask Larper because he might be able to remember back then.
That's true. I've got a couple guys I work with. I could have brought Scott in
Yeah.
and been like, "Hey, Scott, in the witching days, I mean, did you guys do it or what? I mean, hey, I'm not saying that now,
Was it really burnt
Just like
the
I don't say-
stake, or was it like matches?
but he's the one I go to for slavery questions, witchery questions, original religion questions.
So when you first met John Smith,
And now, like, here's one that makes me mad. Like, they're saying there's more than 3 states of matter, which I don't want to get into a whole, matter situation.
I don't think it matters.
But they're saying plasma is now a type of matter.
jokes.
I got your dad joke. Now, here's the one that pissed me off that I told you guys before.
Stranger danger.
We either have 8 or 13 planets in our solar system. The reason they say is because Pluto and like 5 other planets now they've found are dead planets or out of. So if we're going to consider Pluto one, you have to consider these. If not, then we're back to the 8 that But we always thought it was 9. My 8, and then it went to 8 somewhere later on.
Well,
how
I mean,
how could they say that it's not a planet, but it's a dead planet? I mean, planet is literally in the description of Pluto.
One that pissed me off.
I thought they said that it wasn't big enough to be a planet. It was a moon.
Yeah, no, I thought it was
they
a
call
star
it a
or
dwarf planet.
yeah.
but that's still a planet.
and that's what.
It's
Just,
in the
You
description.
know,
That's what
yeah,
I'm saying.
exactly. So, I
And
mean,
then one that
and
made
in-
me mad. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I
and
want
in
your
that
expertise. I
aspect,
brought you
like
here for it.
series should be, because it's
The radio.
no
Oh.
one of the biggest one of the biggest asteroids in the asteroid belt
Oh, right.
is probably about as I don't know. I'd have to look. I'd have to do some research.
We'll have that ready for next show. We'll do
Yeah,
top
all
top
right.
10 planets next week. There's only 8.
Spacey space program. Are we doing a spacey space show?
Here's one that makes me mad, and I want to go test it. I want to go down under to test this. I always thought this one says toilets don't flush the opposite direction in the southern hemisphere, and isn't that what we? Now I'm mad because I thought I've even seen shows where they talk about that.
Well, don't believe everything you see on TV.
I know. Don't believe the hype. There's no such thing as left and right brained. I was neither, so I never worried about that. Napoleon Bonaparte wasn't as short as they
Yeah.
said he was. He was 5'7". They just made a big joke about him being short because he was such a. But, I mean, I don't want to say 5'7" short because
What are you referring to?
well, he walked around like a big bad man. He was supposed to be like the.
Oh,
he
like
was
he
a
getting ready
bad.
to draw with the.
Yeah, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, with
Well,
the gunfight.
5'7" at that time would have been
Decent to average
Tall.
size.
tall, or at least right at the.
But I don't think
Yeah.
if you couldn't be a badass back then. The badasses were like 5'8" or up.
Well, the average height back then was 4'8".
I don't know that to be true. I think you're just making up unscientific facts now.
They're just
In
very,
Asia, yes.
very tall dwarves.
And we discussed this last week. This is actually apropos. We have more than 5 senses, and we all know about the 6th sense. That's Done.
I
been-
love that movie.
Yes, done been known. I don't care about that. If you the gum thing, they used to always scare you with the 7 years in your stomach. Talk to a bunch of whatever the doctors that look in
I
stomachs are.
tested that theory when I was 5 years old.
I've tested it my whole life.
It was like,
Um,
well, that's
He said
there it is.
during
That was
doing-
yesterday.
It's right there on the sidewalk.
when he's doing stomach scrapings or whatever you would call it, that thing, he's the oldest gum he believes he's run across is about a week. So he says about a week to, maybe there could be some 10-day gum floating around in somebody.
Yeah,
but-
you'd have to be pretty bound up to
So
be having
swallow your gum,
10
guys.
games.
Swallow your gum. Stop putting it under desks. That
Yeah.
whole myth is the reason why it was. If you ever worked at a restaurant, never
And
had to
feel
scrape
free to
gum.
pick your nose.
Just
too.
hell, school.
Well, I mean, that's
Cafeteria
exactly.
at school. Oh,
But I never had to do that. I worked at a couple places where you had to scrape the gum from under like restaurant tables and shit.
What was really fun in school was the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. They were just this side of dog food, and you just peel that son of a bitch apart and then put it underneath the table, and then
So I was a poor kid. I know.
you just stick it on the bottom of the table.
If it was peanut butter and jelly day, being a poor kid, I'd be trading my peaches and stuff for all. I'd have like 9 peanut butter and jellies loaded up on my.
Well, it was,
Mash
it
that
was,
shit
it was
together to
state
where-
assisted.
I don't care.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was.
your food.
I had to eat that because we were poor.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
So I would eat mine because I liked food.
right.
So, yeah, your fingernails and hair don't grow after you die. So,
Actually, they do.
well, we'll have to debate that. I mean, they say it doesn't. So you learned that. I know these are all mine. That's why I'm reading this list. I'm
All right.
blowing minds. We know this. Columbus didn't discover America. Columbus didn't prove the Earth was round. That's about it. Nothing else that really matters. Oh, Edison didn't invent the light bulb.
No, he didn't.
The I before E except after C rule doesn't always apply. And that's one that makes me mad because I don't understand any of those words anyway. They're just big words. The Great Wall of China is not the only man-made structure viewable from space. That was always one thing because that was the big, you could see it from space.
Yeah, it was my third grade teacher, Mrs. Hendershot. She was visible from space.
When she was a man-made structure. Well, she was a McDonald's
And
made
yeah,
I
structure.
had
let
a
the
fifth
record
grade
clearly
teacher
show
that,
that I will speak ill of the dead.
You'll-
This world is a better place now that she's gone. Merry Christmas.
Now, we were supposed to come in here and do a lighthearted, calm
I said
show.
Merry Christmas.
You did. That's true. Andy, do you have a story ready for me or Skin Man? Who's ready to go?
I got,
We do have a
Mine's up.
list we'll get to here in a minute. We'll take a break from stories after you guys do one, and we'll get to our top 10 list or top 5, top 9.
it's raining blessings. Crop duster drops holy water on town. Abbeville, Louisiana. A Roman
Abbeville?
Catholic church in Louisiana decided to disperse some blessings to a local town via crop dusters. According to a Facebook post from the Diocese of Lafayette on Sunday, members of St. Anne's Church in Cow Island called upon the crop duster pilots to help spread blessings to the community.
Well,
Reverend
What?
Matthew.
hey, is it supposed to rain today? What's that playing? What the? I think I just got holy watered.
Reverend Matthew.
Yeah, that's holy water.
Barzire and parishioners
holy
of the
water.
church loaded 100 gallons of holy water onto the planes, and the pilots sprayed water onto the town and the
Hold
nearby
on, that's either
farms.
holy water or yak urine. Nope, that's holy water.
Parishioners also brought water from their homes to the airstrip to be blessed by Barzire. The idea came
I like
from
bizarre.
Liaren Detraz, a Cow Island native who is a missionary stationed in Ohio. The
What do you think her
Facebook
favorite
post
position
had been
is?
shared more than 500 times as of Monday, with many commenters requesting visits from the blessed crop dusters.
Send it my way when you're done. But this is a really bad town. I'm not gonna lie. Like
I was getting in trouble when I go crop dusting.
you crop dust your wife though. That's the difference. You,
No,
you go running through the living room crop dusting.
now grocery stores, elevators are the best.
Oh, that's not crop dusting if you
Just-
sit in it
Just waiting for those doors to close.
and then. But you do it as you're getting out, right?
Yeah.
Okay. was gonna say, if you sit in it, that's a suicide. I don't know what you call that. Gas chamber.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they paid them to do it. I don't. What seems expensive? Do you have to pay the church to do this?
Yeah, I did.
Could we hire? Can you find a number for the guy? See if we could hire him to maybe do like a. I don't got a real big place, but I could use blessed. If we could call him, ring, ring, ring.
Camel towing.
Is this the place that does the holy water?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Andy's got it. What do you got ready for us, buddy?
Oh, here we are.
Well, hold
Florida-
on. Let me guess. I was going to say somebody loses a limb.
Close.
Okay, go.
Florida swimmer partially emasculated after taunting baby shark with his penis.
That's a limb.
No.
Appendage. That's an appendage.
For some people, it's a twig.
Okay, in my case, it's
There's a reason I know this.
because yours is a twig.
A Florida man is being hospitalized at St. Mary's Medical Center after being partially emasculated from a severe shark bite.
Is this the same guy that just did the holy water spreading? Because that was at St. Mary's as well.
A lot of action happening down there in St. Mary's.
Okay, is he in the? Go on. I don't know where to fill in on this one.
John Anderson, 48, was snorkeling off the coast of West Palm Beach with family and friends. No, that can't be right. When he noticed a small nurse shark swimming nearby. Oh, you want to nurse
Ooh,
on something?
Suck on this.
Anderson apparently heavily intoxicated.
Duh.
Under the influence of alcohol.
Oh well.
And believing that nurse sharks posed no threat to humans, started dangling his genitals in front of the carnivorous creature.
Pause. I'm not well endowed. I'm not like the smallest guy ever. I'm not going to say that, but I'm not well endowed. I wouldn't pull mine out around a goldfish for fear.
Baby shark. Do, 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 do.
Well, listen, I did it in front of the snapping turtle. It didn't do shit, so fuck it.
Anderson, who openly acknowledges he caressed and teased the wild animal with his testicles and peni.
What the fuck?
During several minutes, was suddenly attacked and rapidly pulled back into the boat by family and friends. I know John was pretty drunk, but he was smearing his genitals over the shark's mouth like it was lipstick. It's almost as if he was trying to put his penis into the shark's mouth.
He was.
Yeah.
It was an accident waiting to happen. Joshua Stewart, a friend of Anderson's, later told reporters.
So, did he lose the thing? Is it gone? Or just like did it get it, just like bite it? Or is he now Caitlin Anderson? I just assumed.
Had he known it would bite off half his penis,
Okay,
John
half.
would
But see-
never have done what he did.
I mean-
alcohol is no excuse.
No,
He
hold on.
wants to warn the public
Now, I
that
didn't know
nurse
what half
sharks
did
are
it bite off.
dangerous animals and not meant to be fooled around with.
Put that in the top 25 list of things we didn't learn when we were kids. Don't fuck with this shark. It's not a dolphin. A dolphin, yeah, pull your dick out.
Yeah,
duh.
Dolphin will turn you around and start screwing you.
Yes,
There's
that-
a reason that's funny.
but a shark, I don't care if it was a mini shark.
Right.
I won't pull my dick out on a toy shark. I mean, for simple fact that you just don't ever know.
Well, and we grew up with the movies where if fucking dolls magically came alive,
Uh-huh.
they killed you.
This is why this is the other reason why I don't believe like it's our generation or that invented the sex doll. You would think, why would you do that? I mean, I get it, you're lonely, you're bored, whatever, but that thing comes to life. It's bigger and stronger than Chucky. It waits until you're doing it. And then, man, we could do a whole that's our trademark, copyright, 1223. We will be doing horror movies with sex dolls.
So the sad part of this is it only bet half of it off.
Okay.
So
Sideways, front. I mean, underneath, top
Well,
half.
if he was rubbing it on there like lipstick,
What
I'm
if it
sure it
turned
was just exactly
no, it wasn't
half.
sideways. It was like half.
Yeah.
What if,
Like,
it,
he
what if it
tried
was
to.
hard and it bit like this way?
Nope.
So you could look like on the bottom.
No,
so-
it was this way.
See, I'm picturing like you could look down on it and it looks like a regular one still, but if you turn it sideways, one way or the other, you
Shark attack.
Yeah, like
Right.
that's how I'm picturing it. I'm picturing him being hung, and
So
half of it's like a
the
pound
testicles
on
are
this dude.
still fine. So
It's okay.
theoretically, he could still have children.
Maybe, well,
But would you really want him having children?
that's what I'm saying.
I
How
think we
big
ought to
was
ask the
John?
quote unquote friends and family if it's like, hey, do you want John to reproduce?
But
Because
can
he's
they-
dumbass.
No.
Now, much like a lizard's tail, does the head maybe grow back out at some point?
It's well, I don't know.
There's not enough science.
Mine's never popped off.
I know. That's what I'm saying. There's not enough
And
science
if
to
mine
go
hasn't
along with
popped
it.
off by now, I don't think it will.
I have a genius idea at work today, and it made me think of it.
Right.
This place called Tug Technologies, and when I programmed in the computer, I programmed them as Tug Tech, and I came up with these shirts that said Tug Tech, the college we all went to in high school. And I think any dude gets it,
Right.
It was my first education was at Tug Tech, I got a
Hello.
master's. I got my master's at Tug Tech.
Yeah.
I was
That'd
a
be a
doctor.
great shirt.
I was a doctorate at Tug Tech. Where'd you get your doctorate? Tug Tech. Is that Texas Tech? Yeah, Tug Tech. So that was my random thought. So if
Right.
I'm gonna get some shirts. Those guys from Wichita went to Tug Tech.
Nice.
To go along with your story, have man stuffs shrimp down his pants in California grocery store.
That the same guy that shit in the grocery store?
What I'm thinking
Got
is,
the shrimp shits?
well, I think this might be the guy that lost half of his penis because if they go look for it, he can be like, nope, that's not a shrimp, that's my penis, and he's just got a shrimp stuck on the end of his penis. Well, doesn't a shrimp head look kind of like?
Still alive?
No, it's a cut one. It's like
It's frozen?
yeah. You know the ones that are like this?
Right. Camel towing.
I was gonna say pepperonis. You have a miniature pepperonis disease going on there. Riverside, California. Thief stuffed a total of 30 bags of frozen shrimp down his pants in back-to-back burglaries at a Southern California grocery store Wednesday, police said. The man took the shrimp from the Vaughn's Market in the city of Riverside by entering the store 3 times in a span of 15 minutes. Yeah, forgot something. Oh, nope, never mind, I didn't. Yep, forgot something. Sorry, forgot something over in the aisle. Nope, never mind, I didn't.
Sir, what are you looking for?
Not shrimp. I'll gotta go. Don't worry, I'll be back in 5 minutes. Each time he went to the frozen
Hey,
food
John,
section,
check the cameras.
the concealed the shrimp in his pants. Riverside police said in a statement, the stolen food has a retail value of more than $500. Hey, I forgot something over there in the aisle. I'm just gonna go right.
Larry, I checked the cameras.
Go right by. Hold on,
He's
don't worry.
stuffing shrimp down his shorts.
Those aren't shrimp, bud. You want to go down there?
We've got a sale on shrimp. Are you interested in that?
No, I'm actually fine. I got plenty of it in my pants. I mean, not in my pants. I've got plenty. I'm
Okay,
fine.
congratulations. You're our 500th customer today. You win.
What do I win?
You win. Just sit right down here and we'll get your check made
Actually,
out.
I've got to go. Listen.
We'll
My
get your
pants are
check made out.
my pants are thawing quick. I've got to go.
What could you possibly? I've
It's
never
winter.
heard that before.
It's Christmas.
It's
Think about it.
California.
Think about it. It's Christmas. My pants are thawing.
Just sit down right here, sir.
Happy Hanukkah to you, sir.
We're gonna make you out a check.
Is this because is this?
Are you talking Yiddish shrimp now? Is that kosher? Kosher shrimp?
Oh, Kwanzaa is that? Sorry, I'm not. Sir, I'm not. I'm new to California. My pants are. Listen, I don't know if you've read. I was drunk in Florida. Okay. Larry's not listening. Okay.
Here, sit down right over here.
I fondled a shark with my genitals.
Close the door, Larry.
I fondled. I mean, just. I got. Hold on.
Lock it. Go ahead.
I got a bag of shrimp shoved in there. It's fine. You can't block it. I got bit. So it's hot down there. So the shrimp, I mean, I was going to pay for them next week when I get paid.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
can I go?
That makes perfect
Security
sense.
video of the suspect in the market was posted, and the police department are on the police department's Facebook page. He was turned in. Busted. Shrimp in the pants. We've got a 742 down at the Quickie Mart. Shrimp in the pants again?
Shrimp busted.
Shrimp busted. another criminal goes down. Not on my books. Listen, you want to murder? You want to rape? You want to kill? That's fine.
Bust on shrimp.
But you fucking shove shrimp in your pants in my neighborhood? In my jurisdiction? No.
Shrimp busted.
Shrimp busted. Wednesday nights on Fox. Starring Michael Keaton and his comeback role. Co-starring the guy that played Dauber on Coach.
Yeah, we really need to do better about actors.
I have a whole list of actors. I could have just started naming them, but that would run if we get a chance to play our game in a little bit. So, I guess I could say starring Rex Ryan and Queen Latifah. It's Shrimp Busted. Mama, all the shrimp's gone.
Oh, that's not the first movie they've been talking about shrimp.
Hey, bitch, what's going on? Who done stole all the shrimp? Queen Latifah makes her comeback to Wednesdays on
Shrimp
Fox.
busted.
Shrimp Busted. I'd watch that so far. That's on the fall lineup on Fox.
I love the commercial for it.
Yeah,
They had me at shrimp busted.
that's
really.
true. But then when you throw in Michael Keaton, I mean, the dad, he raised Queen Latifah right, the best way he knew how.
And Dolph Lundgren.
Weather by Al Roker.
And let's see what's going on in your neck of the woods.
Sports.
Is that shrimp?
New sports host John Daly. He done hit that ball real good. Oh, you ain't here for golf? Basketball.
Hey, why don't you go get me a cheeseburger?
That big tall guy dunked on that big tall guy. Okay. Because I don't want to go way super late. Last week we had a homework assignment.
I got my shit done today.
But you didn't.
I did.
So if you go back and listen to the tape, it was supposed to be originally a top 10 franchises. And then
I got that.
we did a revisal with it being Christmas week because we started this list a couple weeks ago. We're like, hey, we ought to do top 10 Christmas. Did you update your Christmas list?
I got that shit done too.
So we're going to do our top 10 Christmas list. This time we're going to do it a little different. I'll start. I'm going to do my first 5, and then we're going to go around and do 5, and then we'll
Like
each
top
do
5 or
like-
bottom
like-
5?
bottom
10
5.
down?
10 to 5, 10 to 6.
Okay.
And then 5 through 1.
10 to 6 is 4.
No, it's not. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
We have a malfunction, Houston. Houston, we have a malfunction. Everything's on fire, Houston.
So we did-
Run!
And I don't know. I think I expected you guys to go out, like, pick movie. Like, I wanted you to. You have a movie that you're going to give honorable mention to that was fine for me because to me, I don't care. Like, to me, a Christmas movie is something you always watch around the Christmas time, something that they play a bunch around the Christmas time. There's always been that debate, which it's on my honorable mention, and I think it's probably on both your guys' lists. But I'm going to start out with it. Die Hard. Is it a Christmas movie? Yes. Okay. So we're going to start with my 10. Movie you wouldn't even approach on your list. Makes me laugh because it's one of those stupid comedies that just make you laugh. Elf. I get it. It's horrible. It's bad acting. It's stupid. That's the point.
I know, but it's just
Too stupid?
yes, it's
Okay.
too much.
That's like Ricky
It's-
Bobby, or that's, there's some that are like that, and then some that, and I think because I was such an Anchorman fan the first time I watched
and
that.
I like that.
Yeah. But I don't know. It was okay with me because it was just him playing this,
Yeah.
I get you. So it's okay that it's not on nobody else's list, but I think it would be on America's top 10 list.
Probably.
It's a Wonderful Life is my number 9. I always watched that with my grandma growing up. Good.
Actually, just watched that
Probably
last night.
one of only 5 black and white movies I've ever watched all of. Maybe maybe 10 black and white movies if you throw in some westerns. And I've watched number 8 on my list, Bad Santa. Great Christmas movie. Probably it was higher originally on my list. As I kind of started going through it, it moved down just because I haven't seen it as many times as these other ones. So,
I forgot all about it.
but it's a
yeah,
great
that's
movie.
That's hilarious.
Number 7 on my list, A Christmas Carol, the original, the 1954 one.
Oh, right.
And again, another black and white movie, probably number 2 on my list. But that was another one I used to. My grandma would always make me watch with her, and I think it was kind of a scare. It was horribly like if you go. I watched it again the other day, which
Right.
was kind of cool, and it kind of the graphic, but it's still even kind of creepy because it's black and white, and it was the stuff like the ghosts and stuff are bad. But they're
Right.
good because they're so bad. They're like, in all the movies now, I watched a new version of Christmas Carol. The FX has one out right now, and it's really cool. It's actually done very good.
Right.
But because the graphics or the anime and all that's so good in it, or the whatever the technology,
Animation.
yeah,
ruined it
CGI.
for you.
yeah, it almost ruined it because
Right.
it's like it's real. Like I
Yeah.
don't want that. Where's the chain hanging from the ghost that comes,
Yeah.
flying in? That's the Christmas
Making it
story I
rock
know.
back and forth
I want to be able
slowly.
to see the lines.
And number 6, before I list over to you, Andy, Trading Places. And it actually maybe
Yes.
would have went higher on my list. It's Eddie Murphy, great.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
Hooker,
Aykroyd.
Dan Aykroyd. It's got, God, why can't I think of her name? But
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie Lee Curtis. I've always had of course, everybody had a weird thing for her with the cup, whatever.
Not weird.
Okay. But like True Lies, even, like she's in her 50s when they do that. And she does this sexy,
Mhm.
oh my God. So,
I'm pretty sure you would lick your hand after you slap that ass.
yes. No. Even now, still, when she does like the commercials where she's talking about pooping, it does something for me. She's eating.
Oh, yogurt's fucking hot now. Oh,
God, I'll bet that.
get another spoonful, girl.
I'll bet that Jamie Lee Curtis has a clean colon.
I'll be behind the shed if you know what I mean.
No, but that's a great one. Even at the end, Merry Christmas, Mortimer. Like that's a great show. So one of my favorites. Andy, 10
All
through
right.
6,
All right.
top 10 holiday and/or Christmas movies.
Number 10, Rise of the Guardians. It was a 3D animated film. It's
Okay.
not very old, I don't
But it
know.
is a Christmas movie.
It is a Christmas movie.
Okay.
Because it's
I'm
all
gonna write
about,
that down.
it's all about
research.
all about kids losing
Limbs.
no
Oh.
belief in Santa.
Okay.
So and then
yeah,
you got
yeah.
like the Easter Bunny and this kid who's
Is it
becomes
what's-
Jack Frost and
what's-
everything.
Who's
try
who's the main actor in it? Who's Santa Claus in it?
I would have to look at who the voice actors are. I have not.
Okay. Oh, it's an
and
anime.
everything.
You said.
But
okay.
yeah, it's an animated one. But the voice actor for Santa, it has a Russian accent.
Okay.
And the
And then-
hilarious part is the
Santa.
Easter Bunny is Australian.
Isn't that Christopher Lloyd?
I think I know what you're talking about. Maybe.
I don't know. Like I said, I'll
think I might
actually,
have
let
seen-
Me, let me go ahead. And
Don't
look
do
up
that yet. Do it next. Do it next.
Okay. Okay.
Do it while he's doing his. What's your number 9, buddy?
Number 9, Charlie Brown's Christmas.
Man, see, some of those were the ones where I was because those are old time. It didn't
Yeah.
make my list, but it was on my honorable
Yeah.
mention. Go on.
And then let's see,
Number 8,
8 Gremlins.
great movie. Good. Not on my list, but good movie.
Right.
Good movie.
7, It's a Wonderful Life.
Good movie. That was on. Yep.
And 6, The Muppets Christmas Carol.
Nice.
Man, we talked about that one at work today for about 20 minutes. and
Okay.
I didn't think it would. I guess you guys are the ones that would have hit
The
with.
grumpy old
but-
man is the ghost. And
Yeah.
I like your list so far.
That's Statler and
I was
Waldorf.
waiting for your Willow. I'll have to look. I'll have to look at Rise of the Guardian. Skin Man, 10 through 6 on your top 10 Christmas movies.
Yes, yes. My number 10 was the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Great. The original, the cartoon,
Yeah,
Version.
it's more almost a claymation
Yeah,
type.
yep.
The stop image.
the bright. Yep.
And then A Christmas Carol. was number 9 with George C. Scott.
The '80s version one,
Yes.
very good
The
one too.
80s
That one,
version.
that was a hard. That was hard to. I didn't. Yeah, I reviewed it.
Right.
Good one.
Number 8 was Gremlins.
Okay.
Number 7, Elf.
Okay. See,
Number 6.
you're dumb like me. We're
Die
simple.
Hard.
There you
Yeah.
go. We're simple. That was 7, or that was 6. Die Hard.
6 was Die Hard.
Okay. I won't fault anybody. I did what I could because that's a top movie of mine.
Right.
That's the reason I left it off. I mean, it would be my favorite Christmas movie if I were. So, spoiler alert, it's not on my list. I think I said that already.
Right.
But it would be, but because I don't. That's where I'm. Yeah, it's a weird one. Okay, so now 5 through 1, Christmas movies. Number 5 for me, Deck the Halls. Horrible movie, but it's got my boy Danny DeVito in it. It's got Matthew Broderick. Neighbor moves in and stills Matthew Broderick's a holiday guy, puts up the lights, and it becomes a competition. Funny show. Number 4, Jack Frost, the Michael Keaton movie. He's not a very good dad to his kid. Gets punished for it, kind of becomes the best friend as the snowman. And anyways, number 3, Scrooged with Bill Murray.
Right.
It's still a Christmas story, or the same one that everybody, but it's Bill Murray and he's great in it, and it's one of my favorite. It's got some of the horrible '80s setups and sets, like where the sets are all bright and like the original Batman, where they look nothing like what a real city would look like, and that's what they did. So, and then number 2 for me, Home Alone, the original. Always a top 10.
Right.
Like it was on Home Alone 2, horrible movie. Wouldn't make my list. Was on tonight, and I was watching it before I came out here. Debated coming out to do the show, or see if he made it. If he got those guys in New York again. I know he does, but I watched the end of it the other night where he throws the bird seed all over him, and then the birds attack him. And look him, Dano. And then number 1 for me, Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Right.
That's Cousin Eddie. Everybody's born in that. Plus, I'm a Chevy Chase guy anyway, and great movie. So, Andy, first you did some research I seen over there on your phone with some voice actors for us in the Rise of the Guardian.
Voice actor for the Russian Santa was Alec Baldwin.
Okay.
The bad guy in the show who they called Pitch was Jude Law.
Okay.
And the funny part for me was the Australian Easter Bunny. Everything was voiced by Hugh Jackman.
Okay. I
So-
might have seen part of this. Might have been. I might have seen this at some point. Because is he like a kick-ass rabbit? He's
like tall and he's like kicking people's asses.
Okay.
It's pretty funny.
I might have seen part of that. So all right, I like it. All right, now with your 5 through 1.
5 is Home Alone.
Okay.
So, because John Candy is fucking hilarious.
Okay.
So, and then 4, Scrooged.
Yeah.
With Bill Murray.
Good deal. See,
3, Die Hard.
I like it.
Number 2, Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
We're there.
And number 1 is Christmas Story.
See, and that one didn't even make my list. That was
Right.
on. But that's.
And then we waiting for honorable
You
mentions.
can give me your honorable mention.
My honorable mentions are Nightmare Before Christmas.
I had that one on my list and scribbled it off.
And then it's not a Christmas movie, it's a holiday movie, but Dutch.
And that was one we discussed in studio before. That I even thought, being a Dutch fan, that the end of it had something to do with Christmas, or he was getting a Christmas present, but it was all about him picking him up for Thanksgiving to take him to his dad's and
To his
so,
mom's.
There you go. From his dad's or from school.
From school,
There
yeah,
you go,
because
the
his dad
boys'
wasn't going to go get him.
He's banging a hooker.
Banging a hooker.
Yeah.
In
That I just remember that pellet gun,
But he was truly thankful for that hooker.
as you all should be this time of year. Well, that's. I've been seeing a lot of posts about not being rude to your wait staff, to your servers, to your hookers, and people this time of year. So tip them a little extra, treat them with respect. They've got family too. So now, Skin Man's top 5 list of holiday or Christmas movies.
So number 5 was The Night Before.
What's that?
It's Seth Rogen.
Okay, yeah, I know that one.
They go out and they get
Tore
fucked
up.
up.
Because he shows up to church all baked as shit, and she's like, "Just stay out." You don't want me to come in. Right? That's my
Yeah.
favorite part of that movie.
Yeah.
And he's all like, and then it's her sister and her uncle. Oh.
And they had the ugly Christmas sweaters,
Uh huh.
and his had a Star of David on it.
Oh, honey, you're here for church.
Yeah. He was-
I like that. Good pick.
so then there's the Charlie Brown Christmas.
That was high on his list
That's
too.
number 4. Number 3 is Trapped in Paradise.
What's that one?
It's Nicolas Cage, Dana Carvey, and John Lovitz are all brothers.
Is it an 80s movie?
Yeah.
I've seen it. I've
Yeah.
seen it. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Number 2, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, and number 1 is A Christmas Story.
So I would say because A Christmas Story didn't make my top 10,
Right.
that we can take a consensus vote that you two could flip that. Well, does it? Because we got a number one. Is a number one and 2 number 2s more powerful than 2 number 1s and not a top 10? Because I want a consensus number 1, and I want to say on this show the consensus number 1 is Christmas Vacation.
Well, if we're tallying up and judging it and more like a vote, is that what?
I just want a consensus number 1 for Christmas movie.
I think if we took like a large poll of people at like say like a mall, if we
Or even
were
a
all free
short
to go
poll.
out and like just grab entrances,
We could go get
and-
that guy
and
from
do a
Florida for
poll?
the short poll.
I
Doesn't have to-
think Lampoons would probably be the number 1.
Doesn't really have to be a long
But-
poll.
But it would be very close for those
But
top.
and
I
Christmas
think
Story
that's
would
why
be
that
very
was-
high too.
That was
though.
that movie I told you I had a hated
Right.
one, and that's my hated one.
Right.
And I don't know where that started, because I think as a kid I liked it. I mean, I know the movie. I mean, but somewhere along the line, I think I even watched part of it last year, and like when you start to realize like the mom's drunk and the dad's drunk, and you don't see, as a kid you didn't realize some of that stuff's funny like funny to me now, but
That and they were hung over on Christmas morning.
Mhm.
It's like, yeah.
and the pink bunny suit. I mean, there's so many things from that
Looks
run.
like a pink nightmare.
We threatened my son so many years with that pink bunny suit,
Maybe I'll
and then
review it again.
he gets Fortnite, and there's a character on there
Right.
that
The pink bunny, and
basically
he's
wears
playing
that.
it.
So he wanted to be that for Halloween.
Right.
I'm like,
The threat's
oh
over.
my,
It's
the
cool
times
now.
have changed.
Yeah.
Oh, it's crazy. The stuff that was not cool or what.
Well, that and it's a dumb game.
Yes.
Minecraft? Don't you ever say that. I got into it for like a month and then got out of it.
Fortnite?
Oh, Fortnite. Yeah, that's right. And I didn't get into that. I got into it for like a day and a half and sucked at it. That game's stupid. Stop being so mean to noobs on there, guys. Take
So
it easy
they're-
on an old man trying to. No, I don't. My son plays it still quite a bit, so it's obviously big popular game.
Well, I'm glad he enjoys it. Somebody has to.
Well, there's about 50 million somebodies, unfortunately, that do, because it's, I think, won like every gaming award for, not for graphics or originality or anything, but
Well, good. That's
yeah. A lot of people like Friends. I don't, both the show and in general. So,
There's people that love Seinfeld, and I absolutely detest that show.
hey,
Yeah.
do you still have,
And I'm gonna get
Well,
hate
these
mail for
people.
that, but
no,
What is wrong
not on
with
here.
these people?
That's what's funny is I'm Larry, the creator is probably, Curb Their Enthusiasm is probably one of my favorite shows of all time we've discussed, and I can't hardly stand Seinfeld because
Kramer's got a light bulb in his butt.
ah,
Who are these people?
who's here? I got your mail, Jerry.
People.
Kramer. I don't know. See if you. I couldn't find it on here. I had a funny one. A Florida man steals a truck with $10,000 worth of lobster.
We pick on Florida a lot.
Well,
or shellfish.
and I think Florida picks on itself, to be fair. And then I had
That's shellfish of Florida.
Wisconsin City moles overturning their ban on snowballs.
Huh?
So there's a Wisconsin city that has banned snowball fights, basically.
Oh, with actual snow. I thought they were gonna have to Urban Dictionary that.
Oh, I get what you're saying. No, the actual snow.
Now spit it in his mouth, Grandma.
I wrote that down wrong earlier. It was Boston man allegedly stole truck containing $10,000 worth of lobster. That makes more sense. A Florida man, that wouldn't make sense at all. A Boston man, that makes sense. South Boston man who police say stole a truck containing at least $10,000 worth of lobster.
I'm gonna fuck each and every one of these lobsters.
Listen, after what happened with the shark, there's no way a lobster would grab my dick, right?
There's no song about a baby lobster.
Boston police officer responded to the report of a motor vehicle accident in Charleston shortly before 12:40 a.m. Tuesday. Upon arrival, officers were told the 29-year-old suspect, whose name was not yet released, had stolen the truck from a local lobster company. Lobster, 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 I'll bet. Workers were loading the truck on the dock when the suspect jumped in the truck's cabin and took off, officials say. Hey! Hey, we have a lobster in there! God damn it! Oh, shit, that's not Larry. Larry's over there still.
These lobsters are gonna be delicious.
Oh, hey. Nobody's seen that, right? Let's just go load this truck over here. All right. Several company employees chased the suspect in a second truck. Hey, Johnson, get in the truck. It's the last of the lobster.
The last.
The man refused to stop and instead deliberately crashed into a second truck, according to authorities. Or crashed into the second truck. The lobster company workers were able to detain the suspect until police
Helter
arrived.
skelter went the lobster all over the highway.
Now this one you could call Camel Towing on. Would lobsters be an amphibious
ring.
vehicle? Camel Towing.
Yeah, we got a bunch of lobster and water all over the streets. Can you come out and help us out with these lobsters? They're stuck.
Okay, how did the lobsters get there?
Well, there was a truck that was towing a boat.
I
And
see
the
what you're doing
boat-
there. Okay. Now is the boat currently on water?
Yes, there is exactly 1/2 inch of water
It'll work.
in the street,
We'll
but you better hurry
I'll send my
because the gutter's gulping it up fast.
We'll send the pontoon guys over.
Here come the pontoon.
The suspect was arrested and charged with receiving stolen motor vehicle. I tried getting by that one. Operations after or suspended the workers, I guess, and then assault and battery by means of dangerous weapon and threats to commit harm.
A lobster is not a weapon.
That's what I was going to say.
Stay back.
Is it the truck that he did it with, or was it the lobster? And then I don't know, I think he qualifies for thefts over $10,000.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then you could probably get PETA involved in that. Are they live or are they dead? Well, if they're frozen. I don't know. When they freeze them, are they alive still?
I thought that they kept the lobster alive and then boil them alive.
That's what I was always. You see, if
That's
you pick,
what
go
I
pick
always
your,
assume. Yeah.
So when they say
so
frozen
then you can hear
lobster-
them singing in the pot. No, that's singing.
But are we? So
It's screaming.
in
We
this-
all
No,
know
it's
it's
singing.
screaming.
but in this case, would it be would it be frozen? With the frozen lobster, would this be like a Demolition Man situation where they bring them back? Like they're come back and they're like, why that one got blonde hair all of a sudden? And
The lobsters have blonde hair?
I was just trying to bring the Wesley Snipes character into my lobster fantasy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Which is when we get to top 10 Wesley Snipes movies, that'll be in my top 10 Wesley Snipes movies. So.
Way ahead of you. Snipes.
You got any other stories, guys? Or we're getting close to wrapping up. I want to
I've got
keep this
a
one.
follow-up.
What do you got to which story?
Uh,
A recent story or a today story?
I got a follow-up from my previous story.
Okay. The Florida man's dick bit off?
Man banned for life from SeaWorld after inserting his penis in dolphin's blowhole.
Well, after the last one bit me.
The dolphin liked it.
don't put your butthole in my direction if you don't want my, you know.
An Albuquerque man had been banned for life from all 47 SeaWorld theme parks after he recently was caught on camera while attempting to insert his penis inside a dolphin's blowhole.
Is this
It's better because they can't breathe.
is this one of those swim with the dolphin situations? That would be, like if you were a chick and you were into like strangulation, that's maybe the way he's thinking. Like, mate, the dolphin's into it. You get to do two things at once.
Bernard Jefferson, 57, a retired construction worker from Albuquerque, was visiting Orlando's Discovery Cove.
Was he
what do you think
catcalling that
was
dolphin
gonna
before
be
he did it?
discovering?
So is this a swim with the dolphin situation?
You looking real good there, Flipper.
Listen, it didn't say no.
Hey, Flipper, check me out.
I don't know. There you go. I don't know. You're a better dolphiner than me.
A theme park where Cove with several friends. I don't think there was several friends of Bernard's.
If he has several friends, there's several people we need to.
He had several acquaintances. We'll go with acquaintances. Well, a guest can talk, touch, and play and swim with bottlenose dolphins. Those are the slutty ones because they have those bottlenoses. Oh, they're really asking for it. Guest
Are you
alerted
excited to see me,
security.
or is that your bottle nose?
Do what?
Are you excited to see me, or is that your bottle nose?
Can't even do it. I can't do it now. I'm laughing too much.
That one was sexy, though.
Well, I will never do that again. Guests alerted security officers after C-Man with two N's.
Yeah.
Who was heavily intoxicated by alcohol. Well, how else you? Well, I
Yeah,
guess
why else would you?
there's all kinds of ways, really.
Have you
don't
seen
have
my
to-
wife?
I think this alcohol's getting her bad rap.
Yeah. Don't blame the alcohol. Don't blame it on the alcohol.
Had pulled down his swimming suit and was attempting to insert his penis inside the animal's blowhole.
Get over here!
As a joke.
Get over here! Ha 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 ha!
Hey, it's funny because you can't breathe. I was piss drunk. We all were, not just me. But I definitely shouldn't have done that in front of the kids.
Oh shit!
Listen, Johnny was doing it first. Would you stick your dick in a dolphin if all everybody was?
Hey, don't be looking over here, Hector.
Manuel, stop staring. Denny, you keep watching.
I should have hid myself or something, or not do it at
yeah,
all.
don't
you
do
know.
it at all. No, maybe a finger.
Had admitted to one reporter when reached by phone.
What the-
Yes, I really should have hid myself from the kids.
I should have went from the back. And plus, they don't bite as hard.
Dolphins love to be touched and played with, but this type of behavior is clearly outside what is permitted inside the confines of our facility. Discover Cove executive manager Peter O'Haley told reporters. SeaWorld has explicit guidelines. Molesting said dolphins is not inside of these guidelines. If this circle were the guidelines, the dot for molesting dolphins would be 3 blocks away from this circle. In 2011, a similar incident occurred when a teenager was hospitalized during a visit at Discovery Cove after the guest attempted to bait a moray eel with his genitals and had one of his testicles surgically removed as a result of the bite. Sadly, John, it was only one testicle. This dumbass can still have a child.
What I'm thinking is, thinking out loud maybe, I've got this left testicle, or say a friend has a left testicle issue.
Okay, one nut.
If
Go
I
ahead.
if I rub like maybe some peanut butter, or if my friend rubbed some peanut butter on one side, say he couldn't afford the surgery that said they wanted to do to remove testicle, an emergency situation, I think you're covered for less maybe in this. Like if what bit his testicle off?
Well, I tell you
An-
what,
an
it's a
eel.
moray eel.
Ooh. After what he did to that, you would think people would stop swimming with eels after they killed like the most famous animal
Now
guy
that was
ever.
stingray.
Oh,
That was
okay.
a stingray. Yeah.
Is an eel not a stingray?
No, a stingray is a Corvette,
And an eel is
and an eel is one of those. Well, what is it? A scooter? Motor scooter.
anybody else? You guys got anything else? They're gonna get some more of us in a little bit. I'm gonna take a little break here before the next show.
I've
Yeah,
I've got a bunch more
we're fine.
stories, but
Well, you're more than
tune
welcome
in
to.
next week. To
We'll
Monday
have
Morning
stories for you.
Papers.
Next week we'll also have our top 10 franchises of all time. Franchise movies, not sports franchises. That's for another show I do. Sports. We'll be back sometime in the next 45 minutes to an hour for those guys from Wichita first annual Christmas special. Or would be the 9th Christmas special of the Conrad and Jack show. But
The Conrad and Jack show has changed to
those
guys from Wichita. If you feel you have reached this recording in error, please hang up and try again.
Camel towing. Thanks, everybody. Download, share, save. Tell a friend.
Tell a friend Merry Christmas, and
Monday Morning Papers has a Twitter. Casey has a Twitter. Send me your top 10 movie list. Also, in preparation for next week, if you want to send me your top 10 franchise, that's fine, or after. I don't care how we do it. But like Steve, if you're listening and you want to send me you want to play along. Chris, if you want to play along. Sarah, if you want to play along and send me your top 10 franchises, that'd be fine. Amy, anybody. See you in a little bit.
and just be nice to people. It's Christmas.
It's stressful enough. Stop the stress. Tonight at 9. After.
A 23-year-old man was stabbed at a party